Let's see. Let's see which one we like better.
Okay.
Hey, what's up? How's everyone doing? We've been having a good time and a bad time. Like Bill Haas was in. His microphone isn't working. He might come back in. We'll see. But hopefully we'll get it sorted out. Let's see what happens. So everyone, thanks for tuning in. Episode 53 of what you're listening to. It's going to be a great episode. Bill's back.
Yep.
How you doing, Bill?
Good.
Good to see you. Ed, first time on. Good to see you.
Yeah, long time listener, first time caller.
There you go.
Good to be here.
Thanks for coming on. It's going to be a great time. Let's just do the thing. The like and subscribe, if anyone wants to do that. Always appreciated to have people liking and subscribing. As usual, we've each got 5 records. Well, I'd say 3 of us. We might have time for a bonus round as well, or anything. Anybody's got a bonus record that they might they might want to show at the end. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if anyone's in the chat. There will be. There always is. There's always people in the chat. If you're in the chat, give us some comments. Help us out. Might have some questions. We forget something. Make a mistake. I'm always making mistakes. I pronounce like a lot of people dead on this show. Hey, there we go. Pam's here. There you go.
Hey, Pam.
Hey,
Pam.
Cheers. Hey. Cheers, everyone. Hey, Vincent's here.
Cheers.
Cheers. Hello, Michael. So Michael Woodford of Toronto or Canada. He's not from Toronto, what am I saying? Hey, cheers. There you go. It's a shame Bill couldn't get on. Never mind. I was looking forward to.
Yep. I was looking forward to it too.
Me too. But never mind. The show must go on.
Yes.
As they say, we'll survive. It's not the end of the world. Although it does feel a bit like it is.
Yeah, I was looking forward to meeting Bill and seeing what he had. But
yeah, me too, man. I've been asking him for a while, and hopefully we'll figure it out and he'll be back. He'll be back at some point. So, yeah. Cheers. As usual, sponsored by Sapporo Beer. All right. Shall we get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Cheers. So I was going to do this last week, actually, but I didn't forget. I just kind of wasn't ready. Someone very important from a band that I really like sadly passed away a couple of weeks ago now. This is a band that I listened to a lot, but I was kind of late to get into this band, actually. It's weird. I didn't like them when I was a kid. One of my top punk friends who had like all the 77 punk records and the early punk records, like he used to play them to me and I didn't get it at the time. So I really kind of got into this band around like 2000, something like that. I'm talking about Killing Joke. I'm talking about Killing Joke. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Geordie, guitarist, passed away a couple of weeks ago, kind of unexpectedly. It's really sad. So also I've been listening to a lot of Killing Joke. I mean, I always listen to Killing Joke a lot, but especially this past couple of weeks. But this is one that this was on DVD. Came out on DVD in like 2005. It's a London show. It's the 25th gathering, recorded at the Shepherd's Bush Empire in London. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's on YouTube now. It's such an amazing performance. It's in kind of a smaller place. The sound is amazing. I didn't know until a couple of weeks ago that there's like a vinyl version of it.
Okay.
So had to get it, of course. Yeah. But I'm so familiar like with the DVD that when I put this record on, I could like see the performance because I watched it like so many times.
Yeah.
And I know, okay, jazz is going to come out about this, now. And then the camera's going to pan in on Raven, and then it's going to be, so I'm like, as I'm listening to it, I can see the show in my head. You guys heard this? It's pretty cool.
I haven't, but I was the same way with Killing Joke, Mike.
Right?
I just didn't get it when I was younger, and I was like, this isn't really that punk, And hey, there's Bill.
Hey, Bill. Damn. We'll sort it out. We'll get you on again, Bill. We'll figure it out, and
Yeah.
You can just. Do you want to sit there and just enjoy the show? Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
I've seen people like complain that the track listing isn't that great on this record, but I think it's great. It's like kind of, what's it? Communion, War Dance, Song and Dance, Primitive, Total Invasion, Bloodsport, blah, blah, blah. But like side 4, so Are You Receiving, which was like the first song they ever recorded together, I think. And then Love Like Blood, which is like, I used to not like that song at all, but now it's probably one of my favorite like Killing Joke songs, especially the version on this record. It's like Geordie's guitar like rings out at the beginning, and it's like it's so good. And then Pandemonium is the last track. But yeah, if you've seen the DVD and you like the DVD, definitely pick up the vinyl version. It's great.
Yeah. I'm kind of with both of you that maybe it hasn't clicked for me yet. But right. Killing Joke is kind of one of those. It's like I've never been super into like the like the kind of like gothy kind of stuff. Not that I think it's bad. It's just doesn't get my gears going. Yeah. I want to run in a circle and beat my head into a wall.
I didn't get it at all. Like when I was like teenager or in my early 20s, I just didn't get the melodies or the song structures or the drumming or anything. Didn't get it at all. It just didn't sound like music to me. I just couldn't get it. Yeah. I guess it's because I was listening to like GBH and the simple simple stuff.
So, the classics.
The classics, but now, man, it's now I realize what an amazing band they were, right? Are they gonna carry on without? Can't see that happening.
I can imagine would or should.
He's irreplaceable. I mean, it's kind of a cliche to say that like there's people that are like irreplaceable, but I think he can't be replaced. I think maybe for like one show, but not for a. But they said that about Piggy from Voivod, and here we are. So.
I mean, they said that about Buzzcocks.
Right. Yeah. True.
I can't remember which one of them died, but yeah, they were playing shows. I feel like a year or two after he passed away.
That's true. Yeah. I'm not gonna do this again and like announce that someone's dead who isn't. But Pete Shelley.
Unless I've been Mandela affected, I'm pretty sure someone from the Buzzcocks.
They did. But I don't want to say like. Let us know in the comments who from the Buzzcocks passed away, because I don't want to say it. Yeah. Rest in peace, Geordie Walker.
Yeah,
great band. Great guitarist. That's my first pick. All right, Bill, what's your first pick?
Okay, my first pick is new record, old band, and yes, Rachel says it was
Thanks.
Show.
Thanks for clarifying that.
The Minor Threat new 7, and I'm still kind of trying to come to grips with this exactly because it's different. It's got In My Eyes, Filler, and Adam's Family, which is right before the song Cashing In. That There's No Place Like Home that they do, that part. That's a song on here. And it's different a little bit. It sounds like Out of Step era Minor Threat doing earlier Minor Threat songs.
Wow.
Wait, are these new recordings?
They recorded 3 songs when they added the second guitar player.
Okay.
And well, they did more than 3 songs because they did Out of Step too. So this is recorded right about the same time as Out of Step.
Okay.
But they recorded some old stuff. And then they just forgot they had it until 2020, I think. It's Ian wrote on there. And it's different. I'm going to say it's not quite as raw as the early or first couple Minor Threat 7 inches. And it sounds more like Out of Step, obviously, because it's
right.
The Step. But it's good. I'm not putting it down. I do like the first 7 inches better.
Right.
They just sound more raw. But also, I have to wonder if it's just that's what I'm used to hearing.
Right.
But it's pretty cool. It's they came in a few different color vinyl, and this is clear.
There you go. I've heard it's got a very thick spine, like an LP. Is that true?
Yeah.
Like a really heavy duty glue pocket.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably see how thick that is.
It's thick enough to. It's printed, right?
Yeah. It is almost LP thickness. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder, how much other stuff is in the Dischord records, archives that's not seen the light of day yet. Not only Minor Threat, but all those other bands. Must be tons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as far as Dischord goes, I really like the earliest stuff on Dischord, and then once it gets to, I don't know, past Rites of Spring type of era stuff, I just lost interest in what they were doing.
Right. I was talking about this the other day, actually. I think it was with Jordan Atkins, and we were trying to remember, what was the last Dischord record that I bought in real time as it came out. I think it was either something like 3 or a Shudder to Think record or something like that. And then I have no clue what happens after this with Dischord after that.
I mean, I like Fugazi.
That's Fugazi too. Yes. Yeah.
But a lot of the other stuff that was on there, I just wasn't that interested. And when my bands would go on tour and we'd play with a lot of these bands on Dischord, I don't even remember who anymore. But
Holy Rollers, High Back Chairs.
Yeah, we played with
Blue Tip,
Severin, Rain Like the Sound of Trains.
Yes. But I really
these are starting. Nope, sorry.
Yes, yes, emo, right?
Yes. I'm not familiar with later Dischord catalog really at all. But these names are starting to get dangerously into screamo territory.
Yes. Definitely Rain Like the Sound of Train. But I kind of discovered that band Red Hair recently, because it's members of Swizz and stuff, and I was kind of surprised how good those records are. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, that's because Swizz was pretty good.
Yeah. All right, nice. All right, thanks, Bill. Ed, what's your first pick of the day?
All right, I just got an original copy of this from Dusty, actually.
All right,
it is The Blood.
Oh, hey, there you go.
This I don't know. It's kind of just always in rotation. at one point or another. It's I don't know. I think it's a perfect UK82 record.
Yeah. Yep.
That's funny. We were talking about the Blood the other day because much like again, I don't know why, but this band like never clicked with me.
Okay.
I ended up about a month ago. There's like a discography, like double LP thing, and I got that, and it just clicked with all those singles like in a row on that like collection. I was like, oh man, this was this was a really good band, you know.
Yeah, the singles. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Bill.
I remember when I first started listening to the Blood. I mean, I came into punk from like new wave of British heavy metal type of stuff. And I heard the Blood, and I was like, "Oh, this is just new wave of British heavy metal," you know, some of it,
especially that 12-inch, the 12-inch.
The descriptor, you know, because it was just in the bins at the store, says Britpunk UK82 classic, Damned meets Motorhead.
Yeah. It's pretty
I
damned.
thought that's a pretty good description.
Yeah,
throwing a little Iron Maiden in there too.
Yeah, I mean they definitely throw some doodly doos in there. So you're like, yeah, that's heavy bullshit.
Yep.
But one of the drummer of Tank like plays on that 12-inch, right? Not the LP, but the 12-inch. He plays on like half of the songs on the 12-inch.
Wow,
really?
Drummer of Tank, yeah. So makes sense. Wow. Yeah. They were kind of well known though. They were in like at the time they were in like a lot of the mainstream like British like music press a lot of the time. They were quite like a notorious band. Did a lot of like wacky hijinks in the press and stuff, and their whole image with the cardinal and stuff and all that.
Oh
yeah, they were quite a notorious band.
I'm sure in the 80s some guy dressing up like the Pope and covering himself in blood and shit was pretty like, oh.
Exactly, yeah. I think that's the third time the Blood has been on this show, but it's all different stuff. So there was like one of the singles, and then I showed the collection, and then that's
okay.
There's the LP.
Yeah, that one just kind of is always. It kind of never leaves the queue that of all the currently listening stuff.
Yeah. It's so weird. People be like, "This is literally like the perfect band, like for you. Like, why don't you like them?" But I love them now. It just took time. It's weird. The Blood.
Yep.
That's a classic, right? That's a classic for sure.
Love that, right?
All right. I got something new out of Sweden. I just got it this week. And it's on Blown Out Media. I think this is their third or maybe fourth LP. It's hard to tell these things if they're LPs or mini LPs because I don't know. It's like people are calling like a 9-minute 12-inch an LP these days. So I know, but this is great. Could be like their best record so far. I'm going to say that even though I've been listening to it a few times, but it's this band.
Oh, Svaveldioxid.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. This is the brand new one. Just came out. And you know what? First of all, it was recorded at Sunlight Studios, right? Where all the classic the Swedish 90s death metal was recorded at Sunlight Studios. And it was done by, Thomas Skogsberg, like the famous producer. And it is a little heavier, I want to say. And I'm not sure if that's just my mind playing tricks on me because I know that it was recorded at Sunlight Studios. But it's a little more what do we got, heft or bottom end to it than the other stuff that they put out. It's great. It's really, really good. But you know what? When I just as soon as I put this on, the only thing that comes to my mind and keeps coming to my mind is 90s Sweden. It's completely 90s sound, and there's a million bands from Sweden in the 90s. It's kind of like a mashup of all the great bands from Sweden in the 90s. So if you like 90s Swedish stuff, you'll want to be checking this out because it's Yeah,
that's I'm familiar with the band, but I haven't heard that new LP yet. So I just wrote that down in my head. I was like, new.
yeah. It's like Pat from Destruction, like this. It's his favorite hardcore record of the year. I wouldn't go that far personally, but it's really, really, really good. Absolutely. Yeah. And I don't do too much research on this kind of thing, but I found something pretty cool when I was looking this up. There's a blog called Terminal Sound Nuisance. I don't know if anybody's seen that. It's a really good blog. I'd recommend it to anybody. I know people think that like blogs have kind of like died away, but there's still a few like really good ones out there. And this one, Terminal Sound Nuisance, did like a 58 band compilation of 90s Swedish stuff. Because I just kept thinking Sweden in the 90s. So go to like Terminal Sound Nuisance blog. It's called Kang of the North. There's like 58 different bands from Sweden in the 90s doing various kinds of like Kang and D-beat and crust. And it's quite incredible to think like how many bands were around in Sweden like in the 90s. Dispense, Disconto, Sauna, Times Square Preachers, Apparat, Bomb Raid. It's like, it's endless.
I love all those bands.
Right?
Yeah, I don't think you listed up one that isn't sick.
Right? I mean, this totally just takes me back to like the 90s and getting all those like 7 inches with the black and white sleeves and like, you know, and it's not all D-beat, you know, it's like, it's just Swedish hardcore with, you know, No Security too. I was really kind of reminded of like No Security too with this record. So
Cool.
Great record.
I'm definitely check that out.
Yeah, pick it up. Probably Blown Out Media. That's a American label, right? No?
Yeah, it's this guy. I believe his name's Jesse. He's in, in New Mexico.
There you go. So should be easy to find stateside.
Yeah, I imagine so. I'll probably try and grab a few copies for my distro.
Nice. Yeah. Varldselande is the name of the record. Yeah, Blown Out Media, 2023. Yes, Jason, thanks for reminding me of that. I was going to say that. I forgot. The drummer in this band was the drummer on Dysphere's Everyday Slaughter. It's the same drummer.
Oh.
Nice. Thanks, Jason. I was going to say that. I skipped. Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah.
That's where the 90s. That's where 90s Sweden's coming from.
There you go. Little tidbit. Yeah. So good drumming too, obviously. But yeah. That's my second pick. So much good. Again, it's like you think the year's over, but it's not. It's like still more records coming out, you know. There you go. All right, Bill, what's your second pick?
All right, my next pick is Philly's own Dark Thoughts. And they're playing their 10-year anniversary show tonight. I would probably be there if I wasn't here doing this.
You'd much rather be there.
But yeah, really good, solid, hardcore punk record. I love the vinyl on this too. It's great.
Oh, that's a really cool color. Is that green?
Yeah, it's green. It's got a little bit of like white and gray in it, kind of too. But yeah, it's really good. Really good people.
Oh yeah.
I think they got 4 albums out now. 3, 4.
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah.
Mato from Peter Walkie Records, he was in Japan a couple of months ago, and he gave me, I think it's a new 7-inch, or maybe it's an older one, I'm not sure, but yeah, I guess he put that out. Is that, what label is that one, Bill? What label put the new one out?
This is on Stupid Bag Records.
Stupid Bag.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, really, really solid. It's like Ramones mixed with maybe Danish punk to
Oh, right.
BGK or something.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's really good. And like Rachel just said, they're playing tonight with Pist. So.
That's the show. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, that Dark Thoughts record is really good. That new Pist record is also very good.
It is. I got that from Matto. Like, he hadn't even put it out yet, so I've had it for a couple of months. It's great. Really, really good. Yeah.
Also, all great people.
Right. There you go.
Yeah, I need to get that.
Wanted. Is that another local band, Bill?
What's that?
Wanted. The band Wanted is on that show too.
Yeah. Man, it's like there's so much good music coming out in the modern age. It's quite astounding, in fact, how many good bands there are, how many good records there are.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
And some people say there's no good music anymore. Yeah.
Those people are wrong.
I have a friend who listens to the same stuff I do, but only up to 1989. And then he's like, there's nothing else came out after that.
I mean, I try and see it from like the point of view of, someone like that. I have a lot of friends in Japan too, who were my age, they're British, and they'll even say like, oh, that record must be bad. And we're talking about like maybe the 6th Killing Joke record or the 5th Killing Joke record, because all they only go up to a certain point, and then they just like stop listening to anything like after that. But they still love Killing Joke, but they only know like the first 3 records or something like that. It's really weird to me. Like, if you like a band, aren't you curious to like find out like where they go or what they've done, or like, I know I don't get it, but I mean, I even want to hear the bad stuff, like, with Black Sabbath. I want to hear like all the Tony Martin stuff. I want to hear it all.
Yeah.
I want to know. It's like I'm curious,
And now I don't mind the Tony Martin stuff as much as I used to. I saw them with Tony Martin, and
it's just good heavy metal. Just don't expect like Fairies Wear Boots or Iron Man or whatever. It's different. It's different.
Yeah.
It was the 80s, in the 90s. So you're not going to get that. So anyway. Went a bit of a tangent, but I'm totally with you. And there's so much good music coming out, and it's silly to like just stop listening, But I guess some people have lives, and they don't have like time to like listen to music as much as we do. So I get it. All right. It's Ed's turn, right? Ed's second pick.
Yes.
There you go.
This is one of the scores from the other day from my job.
Nice.
Not today, but this is from the other day. A band that I love and will die on this hill. I don't care who you are.
What?
ELO. New World Record.
Oh,
classic.
Yes.
Absolute stone cold classic.
Yeah.
There you go. Just seeing that makes me happy. That's how much I love them. Yeah.
Listening to ELO makes me happy.
Right? I want more people to open their hearts and minds and put their prejudices aside and just let love in. Let ELO into your lives.
Let the ever-loving ELO into your life. Repent to the Electric Light Orchestra.
He's a genius, man. Jeff Lynne is genius. The songs, everything. Absolute genius.
Yeah. It's it's a band that growing up, you always heard it, whether it be in like, a movie or at least for me, in a movie or whatever. And, on the radio, like occasionally you'd hear it on the radio because my parents didn't really listen to the classic rock radio. So it was, you didn't really hear it on the radio that much, but then, then I started listening to the whole records and I'm like, this isn't punk, but I love this. This is awesome.
It really is like, hang on. I was so excited. Can you show the record again?
Oh,
I'm so excited. I forgot which ELO. It's the New World record, right?
Yes.
That one, my parents had it when I was a kid. So that was the first ELO record that we had in the house.
Nice.
I just said about like ELO makes you happy and all that. They also can make you like incredibly sad as well. There's some real like dark, deep moments like on some of their records that are really like touching. It's amazing.
It's an emotional roller coaster.
It is. It's an emotional roller coaster. It really is. Yeah. What a great band. Great band. Is that your favorite ELO record? It's definitely up there for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely up there. I'm weird about how I listen to bands.
Mm-mm.
I don't necessarily like what like I have a YouTube account or whatever, but like I rarely like dig into bands in that way.
Okay.
Like, streaming them and looking up, and so it's like I'm just like, oh, I love ELO, and then I'll come across an ELO record, so I'll like I've really only heard like 3 or 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's like Discovery and
Out of the Blue,
like Desert. No, not Out of the Blue. That's the I really want Out of the Blue, but
that's great.
It has like, I don't know, pyramids on it or something. I would have to pull it out.
Right.
Maybe it had some kind of Egyptian theme. I don't really remember.
Okay.
But I may also be wrong. Who knows?
Man, you should go back. That's a classic.
This one, I was very excited to finally have this one because it also has so many of the so many classic great songs on there.
Yeah, love that band. I'd go back all the way, to the beginning when like Roy Wood was in the band, and they were pretty heavy. They had like really heavy cellos and like pretty heavy stuff, like the early but great band. They're still going, I think.
Are they?
Yes.
Now they're called Jeff Wynn's ELO or something.
I bet there's there's probably another ELO that another member has as well.
Yes. When bitter old men hate each other so much that they're like, I won't even play these songs with you. But
right. Yeah, it's crazy.
You can go ahead and do it. You just gotta say
wow. All right, I'm gonna take something that isn't ELO. It's something new. We were talking about Sorry State records before the show. Sorry State puts out a lot of great records as well as being a great shop and everything. This is out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Oh, by the way, all my next 3 picks all have amazing like female vocalists. That's just the way it kind of panned out. So there we go. So yeah, this is a band from Charlotte, North Carolina. It's their second LP, I think. Mutant Strain.
Oh yeah.
I don't think this has been shown yet. I didn't actually go back and check, but I don't think anybody's shown this shit. If they have, it doesn't matter. It means it's good, right? If more than one person shows it. But
yeah, absolutely.
Right. So it's just relentless, like full bore hardcore with amazing drumming. It kind of feels like it's going to fall apart at any moment. It's not chaotic, but it's like so fast and so like out of control. But the drumming is so good; it kind of keeps everything like together. It's great. 11 songs, 20 minutes on an LP. Like no breakdowns, almost like no break. Oh no, like it's just all all speedy. all super fast from start to finish. It's just, but still catchy. Yeah, it's a great record.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
You will.
I remember listening to them before, and on the last release, and it's really good shit.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And they went all out on the kind of insert and stuff on this. There's some like artwork and like some good live shots and stuff. But the thing I really like about this, I'm going to do this. Maybe I'll show it next week. There's a big poster too, like newsprint, massive poster. I'm not going to fold it out. But my favorite thing, I don't know if you can see it, Ed, you might have a bit of trouble seeing this, but it's like, make a mutant.
Was it like out type thing?
Yeah, so you cut, it's got like the heads and the bodies and the legs of all the different band members, cool. and you can cut them out and like mix and match and make like a new mutants and put them up top here. It's pretty fun, right? So,
yeah, no, that's cool.
I'm gonna do it. Yeah, it's hilarious. But it's also got like dog heads and stuff as well that you can put on if you want, and hot dogs for legs and stuff like that. So, it's funny. There's a little funny story. Bass Records in Tokyo did a description of this record, and they mentioned this, and they were like, "Yes, one of the band members here, is wearing a bootleg Gauze T-shirt."
Oh my!
That's how like they noticed and they mentioned it in the review. It's hilarious. But yeah, I don't know, just a fun little thing that you can do while listening to the record. It totally doesn't match the record though. That this is a fun thing to do. This is like not really a fun. This is like a fucking caustic hardcore record. So,
oh yeah,
shows they've got a sense of humor. Right? There you go. Mutant Strain, Murder of Crows, Sorry State, 2023.
Nice.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Bill, what's your next pick?
All right. My next pick is Crow.
There we go.
IEP.
Oh.
Yeah.
Crow.
Nice.
I think this is fantastic. There was one point when I saw Crow twice in the same weekend. And one of the shows, I was like, these guys suck.
Was Crow himself a little bit tipsy or something?
They did this intro and it just blew it for me. It was like 12 minutes long or something. And I was just like, okay.
They do like to get a little bit like experimental, right?
Yeah. I probably had a headache and that kind of stuff just wasn't going over for me because every other time I listen to him, I'm like, yes, this is great, So I take the blame for that, for feeling that way on myself, not on them. But yeah, it's just, I mean, it's really cool and it's really wild stuff. I think that because after that time, I had it in my head that they were something that they weren't. Was like maybe they are once in a while really crazy psych noise type stuff, which if you have a headache and you're not feeling it's hard to deal with. It's like when I saw I forgot the band, but anyways, it's not, most of it's just really good, solid Japanese hardcore. and it's like the Stalin or not Stalin, like Bastard or something.
Crow are pretty unique. Like they
Yeah.
kind of don't really sound exactly like anyone else. It's like they've got their own thing going on.
Yeah.
But I have an issue with him sometimes. the guy, the singer, when he goes into the falsetto stuff.
Yeah.
Which he does do on that record a bit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is all the Crow. I don't have all the Crow records, but
it's a lot, right?
The ones I do have, they're all really great. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody Tear is probably one of my top. It's in my top 10. Like my personal top 10 of like all time. Like crust hardcore.
That's an amazing record. It's kind of hard to move on from that. That it's so good,
Yeah.
But I want to say also, we've got to say thanks to Ken from Prank Records for all the amazing hard work that he does putting this Crow stuff out, because I know that it's not an easy task for him to do. So kudos to him for sticking with it, because I know it's not the easiest job in the world. Dealing with that guy, let's say. So and he really puts a lot of work into all the stuff,
Yeah. Yep.
Ken's a good dude.
Yeah, I like him. He's a good bloke. Hard worker. Really puts a lot of love into everything that he does.
One of the shows I was talking about where I saw Crow was at Prankfest.
There you go. And I bet he bought them over, right?
Yeah.
I feel like he is a big, very important person in the development or the spread of Japanese hardcore in the States, I would say.
Yeah.
He bought Asphalt over really years ago. He bought Gauze over too, right? When nobody was really that interested in Gauze.
He did all the paintball stuff too.
I remember when Gauze played in Chicago. I think. Was it Chicago? I think it was Chicago.
Mm.
Yeah. And but I have never seen Gauze. No.
Well, they've broken up now for good, right? But yeah. Crow, though, on the other hand, Crow are still going. That we'll probably see some new records from them too. I think at some point. So
yeah.
So that was originally a Japanese CD, and then that's the Prank version on vinyl with different artwork, right?
Yeah.
Cheers, Ken.
Well, really did it's really cool artwork too.
Yeah, it's a really nice package.
Yeah. And of course, he sent me a poster with it too. Doesn't actually come with the record, but he sent it. So, yeah.
Nice.
It's cool.
Yeah. Cheers, Ken, for all the hard work that you put into this stuff. It doesn't go unnoticed, let's say.
Yeah.
All right. Ed, follow ELO. It's a hard task.
Well, so since this is my first episode, these are also all records that I've gotten recently.
There you go. Yep.
Some of them are so obviously, so it's a lot of classics on this one. But this guy right here.
Yep.
I had been looking for this record for years. Never came across it. Because I also don't really like ordering records off the internet. If I can avoid it. So it was just one that's I gotta find it in the wild. And a couple weeks ago, I found one.
Let's have another little look at it for people that might not know what that is. There you go. Inepsy.
City Weapons.
That's the second LP, right?
It's the second one and the last one to have Steve Bennett, rest in peace, on guitar.
There you go.
Yeah.
it's I don't know. It's one of those. It's one of those. I don't know. It's a classic motor charge record.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? It's like so many bands like try that style, whatever you want to call it, but nobody can really do it like Inepsy did it.
Yeah, it's go ahead.
I don't know. They had something like special.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Definitely a band that is not. It's one of those bands, you know, that like, yeah, like you said, you can't recreate. Like that is often imitated.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like Bolt Thrower. Bolt Thrower is great. So many bands have tried to do that, and it's just boring.
Right, because they can't write the songs. That's the thing. I've heard recently there's a lot of like Bolt Thrower worship bands like in the kind of beatdown hardcore scene. Like a lot of these guys are getting into Bolt Thrower. I talked about a record last week actually that kind of does fall into that category, but it's great. It's a Japanese band, Cruelty. But I've heard like a lot of the, you know, the sportswear karate guys are like heard Bolt Thrower, and now they're kind of like bringing all that into this. Like, can you imagine like Bolt Thrower breakdowns and martial arts? It's like doesn't.
No.
It's wrong, right? It's wrong. Yeah.
Just long hair.
I was gonna say, like, someone said that like those Inepsy records are like hard to find now in the wild, which kind of surprised me.
They are.
That right?
Yeah. Because when people get them,
they don't
get rid of them.
There you go.
You know,
and I don't think they've been repressed either, right? Or issued.
No, I don't think so.
Because you know Yannick doesn't do the label anymore, so you know it's The last one I needed was the picture disc. Was it Madness and Overkill?
Oh yeah,
that took me a long time to find. Eventually, I did find one in Disc Union in Osaka, but that was tough to find.
Yeah.
Ed, do you know where the Peach Pit is?
I'm sorry?
Do you know where the Peach Pit is?
The Peach Pit?
Yeah.
No. What?
It's
are you fucking with me?
it's in Oakland and Pittsburgh.
Oh,
and,
okay.
I put on an Inepsy there. Their first tour. It was great.
Nice. Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that would have been like Nuclear Nightmare, like first 7-inch. Oh wow.
Or cool. It would have been. It was the first LP.
Mm. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Street awesome. City Kids, man. That's my. I know it's stupid to have like a favorite song by a band like that, but man, I love that song so much.
Oh, yeah.
Street City Kids, like the more mid-paced ones. Oh, it's so good.
Oh yeah. It was really cool at Skullfest this year. At the after show on Friday with Languid and Long Knife. Languid actually covered Born for the Road.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And it's like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. There's like 200 people. It was pretty cool.
Nice. All right. My turn, right?
Yeah.
All right. I got something that's old, but it's new as well. So last week we were talking about like Italian hardcore a little bit, like what they call the Furious years, the mid '80s, like all the amazing bands that came out of Italy in let's say just mid '80s, right? So many like amazing like hardcore bands. This band was like a little bit later than that, but they kind of took that Furious hardcore and then mixed it with some other stuff and kind of made something I want to say that's kind of was kind of new and unique at the time. It's this band Contropotere.
Okay. I'm not familiar.
Oh man, this is maybe right up your alley. I mean, it's like, they went like more like crusty after this.
Okay.
So the kind of the blurb for this record, this is on F.O.A.D. It's their first demo tape, which came out in like 1986. It's the first time ever on vinyl, thanks to F.O.A.D. There's a huge booklet with loads of photos and stuff. But yeah, Lucia, female vocalist. Yeah, so you get like this furious like Italian hardcore, but there's all this like other stuff like mixed in, but it just works really well. Like there's samples, there's some like Baroque or avant-garde music, there's maybe some death rock, some like anarcho punk in here, but it just all works together just perfectly. And it's kind of a classic Italian record, I would say. So this and their first LP and their first single are amazing.
Okay.
Highly recommended. Contropotere. Yeah, so the F.O.A.D. are kind of saying that like really this is like how Nausea kind of came about, because this kind of does sound like what Nausea did, like a little bit like later. I don't totally buy that myself, but I can kind of see it. Yeah, but you know, they got to sell the records, so that's how they're like pitching it. I don't agree, and there are some similarities. This record is like way more experimental than Nausea, but don't let that put you off. It's you know, furious Italian hardcore.
I love old Italian hardcore stuff, so it's, you know, it is right up my alley.
Yeah, I feel like people might, I don't know. I don't think this band was big in Europe. People loved this band in Europe in the 90s. You know, very important band, squat band. You know,
yeah,
from Napoli.
I always thought that they were. I didn't think of Nausea when I listened to them. I thought of like Antischism.
Okay. Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
Pick this up, everyone. It's such a. This is one of the best like F.O.A.D. like reissues they've done in a while. They just did the Indigesti stuff too, like almost the entire discography. Classic Italian hardcore of the past, but kind of going in, like heading into the future as well. You know, like, with some new ideas and great band. Contropotere è arrivato a Pook. F.O.A.D. Records. There you go. I think people like the first single a lot.
Yeah.
I'll definitely check them out.
Yeah, definitely. After the first LP, they got even like more experimental and had like not dance beats, but like more and more like industrial stuff. They had like more and more like influences going forward. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll have to after this, I'll have to send you another like a crust industrial band from Greece that that I stumbled upon years ago. Greece, they're very good.
Greece has so many great bands too, right? Yeah, I think the consensus is that the 7-inch is also great. From Contropotere, the first set, the demo, the 7-inch, and the first LP. You know. Yeah. All right, that was my. What do we want? That was my fourth pick, right? So, Bill, what's your next pick?
All right, my next pick is again, just like Mike, old but new.
Oh, there you go.
The Real Kids, 1974 and 77 demos. And it's like, if you know the Real Kids, think of their records, but more raw. It's really good. It's really good. And and you know, you could see there's Hippie Johnny that they sing about, that the Modern Lovers sing about right there.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, oh man, what an awesome rock and roll band these guys were, you know. And I guess they still play sometimes, although I heard that they're kind of up and down. You know, a lot of drug problems and
right.
You know, but man, this era, holy cow,
Man.
Yeah.
I have a problem.
They're like roadies for the Ramones.
Were they really? I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah. At least some of them were. Yeah. So. Yeah.
I have a problem with that band. It's totally my fault, and I've got to rectify this quickly, and I've got to ask for some advice too. So I started off like it's like this. It's a double LP. It has like a light blue jacket, and it's kind of like a partial discography thing. I forget what label it's on. So that's the record that I got by them. And now I kind of don't know where to go because I've got it. It's like it's got one of the popular LPs on it, one of the classic LPs, and it's got all these other songs, and it's all kind of like mixed up. And I'm not sure like where I should. I want to buy like some of their other records as well, but I don't know where to go with this band. You know, it's tricky. So.
There's the I think it's just called The Real Kids or here's The Real Kids or something like that. I'd start there. I'm gonna look it up.
I think that might be on that compilation thing. It's like a partial like discography record, but it makes it really confusing to like. I should have, I could look it up, but it's got all kinds of girls on it, which is one of their classics, right?
Yep.
Let us know where where an idiot like me should start with The Real Kids, who kind of bought like this partial discography record and it's kind of stuck. It doesn't know where to go. I see Real Kids records all the time, but yeah, I guess that's it, right? It's just a self-titled LP. You know, Scoots, I think that self-title is like side A and B of that record I was just talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it, Henry. That's it. It's the Monster double LP comp. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the one I've got. Yeah. I don't know why that's confusing me so much. It shouldn't be. It's like when I go to a record store and I see a Real Kids record, I'm like, oh, do I have those songs on that, compilation? So, yeah.
Here's Percy. He has to show up whenever I'm on.
Wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Real Kids.
Real Kids, yeah. Great rock and roll band.
And I'm assuming that those demos are great if it's like pre-self-titled LP, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. There you go. Yeah. Thanks, Rachel. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
All right, Ed, what's your fourth pick of the day?
All right. So, kind of like we were talking earlier before the show, was driving a lot of tours this year. And,
that's why I couldn't get you on. You were always out on the road, man.
And, sometimes you don't want to listen to punk or heavy metal or any kind of guitar music at all.
I hear that.
So I kind of got into, some synth stuff, like, started like dabbling in, synth stuff like John Carpenter and, stuff like that. And like movie soundtracks and stuff like that.
Nice.
This is the soundtrack to one of my favorite weirdo flicks ever, Videodrome.
Oh, wow.
It's I don't know. It's just super chill. I don't know if you guys have seen the film.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I have.
Some of it's set in Pittsburgh, right? Or is that where the original thing is supposed to be from, or something?
It doesn't take place in Pittsburgh, I don't think. I think it was like that's where it was originally. The thing was originally from, or something like that. It's been a while. But if you like Debbie Harry, she's in it.
Oh, she's in the movie.
Yeah. Right.
I don't think I've seen it. I might have done.
I'm not incorrect. I don't think. But yeah, there's it's if you're not familiar, it's without going too far into it, it's about a cable company that James Woods works for, and he happens upon a snuff film, and then it's like an actual snuff film, and it just gets weird, man. It's awesome. Great movie.
Who does the soundtrack though? Is it one band or lots of different songs, or
Howard Shore? It's a score.
Oh, it's a score. Okay, right.
Yeah. Yeah, complete restored score by Howard Shore. And I think this particular, I was there. It's got like a fold over obi and stuff. And, was one of the says something like it. I think this might be the first time it's been reissued. Yeah, because there's like a whole like forward thing and
right
explaining like the whole like the story behind it. You know how Cronenberg ended up working with Shore and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's this kind of stuff's become my chore music.
So it's
I think what.
Go ahead.
I think the Pittsburgh connection is that the snuff film is supposed to be filmed in Pittsburgh, just that part of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Of course, a snuff film would be filmed in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So it's synth stuff, synth score, synth soundtrack.
Yeah, it's lots of synth and lots of samples and stuff like lots of layers and I don't quite know how to articulate a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've been going in a bit with the Tangerine Dream. Like they did a lot of soundtracks, and it's a bit hit or miss with some of them. But the ones I like a lot, for sure. And of course, the John Carpenter ones too, right?
Oh yeah, those Lost Themes ones.
Yes,
yeah, those are
great.
I really dig them, and I just recently completed my all three of them.
Oh wow, there's 3 now. Wow.
Yeah, it's been out. The third one's been out for a minute, but
all right.
I just personally got finished, having all I have all 3 of them now.
Nice. I've only got 1 and 2. I didn't know there was a 3rd one. That's great. It's good news.
Came out a year or 2 ago.
All right. Pet Cemetery video. There you go. Right, it's the last round. Time. That's what happens when there's only 3 of us, right? So it's like quick. Pittsburgh. Talking of Pittsburgh, my last record is out of Pittsburgh.
Oh.
I thought it was new, but it is new actually. It came out last year. Metal. Some metal out of Pittsburgh. Thrash metal. It's really good. Has some punk pedigree too, this band. You guys know this band? Vicious Blade.
Oh, yeah. They're awesome. They're great.
Yeah, kind of blew me away actually, like how good it is. It's like evil and mean, like thrash metal, like in the old-fashioned way. It kind of reminds me of like bands like Demolition Hammer. I don't know if people like. It's like that old school thrash that's like so vicious It's almost like death metal, but it's not death metal. But it's like so.
Oh yeah,
it's like real, like they pulling out all stops. Let's put it that way. Yeah, nasty, evil, mean, mean record out of Pittsburgh. So good.
Yeah, love those guys. I work with well, I guess we're all in the same union. 4/5 of that band.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah, no, they're all great folks. Great, awesome, solid folks.
You can kind of tell that it's like made by punks. You can kind of tell it's got like I've seen some comparisons to like Discharge and Sacrilege. Honestly, I don't really hear that. It's like it's much more metal than that. I think it's like more like Demolition Hammer or like Nasty Savage or something like that. Some just like vicious, like thrash metal. But it's also not moshy either. Now, there's that band Fugitive, who is like basically was born out of what's left of like Power Trip. I do like that band a lot. But this is not. That's a little bit fun. This is like not fun. It's like a real like. But the video is kind of not fun, but it's kind of has like that horror film vibe to it. There's a video for this.
Oh yeah,
it's really well done.
Yeah, that was yeah, I remember when that was going on. We were at work, and the drummer Kevin was like, "Oh man, did you see the video? I get a drumstick shoved in my eye."
It's great. Check out the video. It's really good.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. And yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Vicious Blade, Siege of Cruelty, just good vibes on this record, like old school, like thrash made by punks. Talking to Kevin, he's coming on the show. December 29th.
Cool.
He's coming on the show. Yeah. So there you go.
Awesome. Yeah, they just recorded. I think they just recorded, or they either just recorded or they're going to very, very soon.
Nice. Yeah, I only have like one complaint about this record. It's just like too short. I want more. It's like a 5-track 12-inch EP.
I think they're recording a full LP.
Nice. We need a full album.
Don't quote me on that one.
All right. Yeah, we need a full album from Vicious Blade. Great band. It's on Our Ancient Future Records. Came out last year. It's still out there. So check it out. Some evil thrash metal made by some good people from Pittsburgh. Cool. That's my last pick. Probably my last pick. We might do a bonus round. Let's see how we do. All right, Bill, what's your possibly last pick of the day?
All right. Well, I just can't stop listening to these guys.
There you go.
Oh, man.
It's just so good, you know.
So good.
I mean,
Mass Hysteria.
Yeah, it's so good. I saw them once. I wish I could have seen them a couple more times. Yeah, just I love that kind of stuff. That really good, well written, melodic, hardcore punk. Yeah, it's really good. You know, Dark Thoughts has a bit of that vibe as well. You know,
I can see that.
And yeah, it's just so good. And like some of these people, I guess, are pretty famous now. But
I was going to mention that, like Robert Harula, he's like a big pop star in Sweden now.
Yeah.
But I like the first few records. You know what? I'm going back to that thing we said before. I'm tempted. I'm curious actually to see what the recent ones are like. You know.
Yeah.
Because the early ones are not that far removed from Mass Hysteria, but he moved further and further and further away from that sound. Right. So.
And what else was he in?
Vicious.
Regulations.
Yeah, and then another band, the Dead Ones.
The Dead Ones, yeah.
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 They were a band that I had just missed, like when as I was coming up. So I unfortunately I guess fortunately there's the records to listen to them, because they're great.
They're hard to find now though. I got that one that Bill showed. I found that a few months ago. It's kind of hard to go back and find them in the wild. I've been told it's because of like Robert Harula is like, because he's like so famous now.
Yeah, because he's famous. People, track down all his previous projects.
Yes, something like that. Yeah.
That's a Fair Award one that, or I don't know if that one's Fair Award. Is it?
I think it is, isn't it?
It is.
It is.
Yeah. And so that's another one that Yannick's not doing the label.
Like Inepsy, right? Man, he should definitely reissue some of this stuff, man. But I've heard he's just not really his heart's not in it. So
Yeah. It's the was the guitar player from Mass Hysteria. It was in that band Donuts.
Oh, they're more of a pop punk band, no, Epitaph, Fat Records kind of band, maybe. There's a few people.
Maybe I thought that they were like kind of all women, but they were kind of like burly hardcore, almost beat down hardcore, I thought.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, but I could be wrong. But, yeah, she was also in.
We were both wrong. They're straight edge hardcore, according to Rachel. So.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rachel.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people there's a few other people like from Swedish punk bands who went on to be kind of like mainstream and what's his name? Actually, I've been really getting into that band. In fact, I almost talked about them last week. It's that band, Invasionen.
Oh, she was in that band too. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Which is what's his name from the Refused and the International.
Oh, okay.
But she was in International Noise Conspiracy as well.
There you go. Right. Classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
It's funny the way in Sweden everything seems so like if you're into music, you're kind of all in the scene together and
yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like that. I went there like in the early 90s and it definitely felt like that. A lot of like community centers and everyone everyone was friends. Didn't matter what kind of music you were playing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's gotta be nice.
It's gotta be nice, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's friend.
Yeah.
Why can't we all just be friends?
Right. All right. Ed, maybe a last pick. We might get an extra one. A bonus pick.
Well, speaking of let's all be friends, my favorite Doom record.
Oh,
there you go.
That's Peel Sessions, right?
Yeah, it's the double one. So
that's the one to get.
Yeah, it's the one that Sonorize reissued a few years ago.
Right.
And yeah, it starts out with Symptom of the Universe, goes into Multinationals. Classic. I love it. In the last, Doom always comes up in conversation because Doom is awesome. A friend of mine was like, "Oh man, I've been listening to so much Doom," and I was like, "Well, yeah, I'm gonna put the Peel Sessions on right now." Like, yeah. And headbanging and making big dog, little dog noises.
We talked about the Peel Sessions last week. because Pat showed the Extreme Noise Terror one. And we were kind of discussing about like how amazing all of like the UK hardcore band like Peel Sessions are. Just some of their best records in some of those bands' cases. Some of the best material is the Peel Session stuff.
It always seems like that. That if it's on a Peel Sessions record, it's the best. It's like some of that band's best performance.
Just
of those songs. It seems like
a lot of those bands kind of like, especially like Extreme Noise Terror, do not quite so much, but they had like terrible production and not terrible production in a good way, like in a really distracting way on some of their records around that era. It was such a shame, a real shame. But so that's how the songs like should sound on those Peel Sessions. It's amazing actually, because they're really like they're in the BBC studios, right? But they still capture like the rawness of all the bands. It's really quite incredible.
All those Peel Sessions. I mean, even the more mainstream rock Peel Sessions too. Like the Thin Lizzy stuff, and I don't know. It's usually just all their best songs on one record, recorded really well.
yeah. Man, there's so many. It's even like S.O.B. like from Japan. They did a Peel Session. It's not been released though. I don't think Melt Banana did one. That might have been released, I think. But that's good. That's another one. Yeah, the Filth Kick one. That hasn't been released, I don't think. The Filth Kick one.
Okay.
There's that Grind Madness at the BBC thing too, right? Which has like, is it Carcass, Bolt Thrower as well? That's a good little compilation.
Yeah. Napalm's I think Napalm's probably on there too.
There's another one with like, there's so many. I just like it. There's so many good ones. So yeah, that's a good one. With Killing Joke Peel Sessions needs to come out too on vinyl.
I have an unofficial copy of the Killing Joke Peel Sessions.
Wow. I tell you another really good one, bit slightly different. It's the Ruts Peel Sessions.
Yeah.
Like the Ruts. Oh man.
Yeah.
They are incredible. Incredible.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone want to do a bonus?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll do a bonus.
All right. Go for your lives. Bill, what's your bonus pick?
Okay. My bonus pick is going to be Midnight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just listened to this, so sitting with the records I picked, and this is like all the early stuff on a compilation.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's so good.
Is that complete total midnight?
Yeah, complete and total hell. Complete and total hell.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
There's like two versions of that. There's that one. And there's another one with
there's that gold version, right?
Right, and it has like it's a kind of an updated version. It has like another song or another couple of songs on it, or something like that. So you got to get both of them.
Yeah, this has gold records. I wonder if the gold one has silver records.
It's like a totally different artwork. It's like
okay.
Yeah. Oh, if I'm quick on the draw, I could probably. Yes, I can do it. It's right here. There we go. Right here.
Oh, you just want to show off your midnight collection.
No, it's driving me crazy. It's like, there we go. So this is the one that Bill's shown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Whoa, you kept the hype sticker, as did I. There you go.
Yeah.
And then this is the other one.
Oh.
Yeah.
And this one's complete. This one is called Complete and Total Fucking Midnight.
That's the one I was thinking.
There's Oh, it has the same illustration, just different colors, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a slight difference between this one, and I don't know what the difference is right now, but there is. So there you go. Yeah. Great stuff. They came to Japan back in the early days. They played at a tiny little club. I regret not going to that like so much.
Yeah.
Midnight is a band that has always escaped me live. I have never seen them for whatever reason. Whenever they come within the proximity to me, something comes up, or I can't make it, or I have to work early in the morning, or I didn't know about it in time, or I'm tired.
I'm tired. Yeah, I mean they're kind of getting quite big now. You know, they're on Metal Blade, so they were on the Merciful Fate tour, right? Support, I think.
Oh,
I
wow.
believe so.
Yeah, so you know they're getting some exposure, but people say that they're like an amazing live band.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard anything bad about their performance. You know,
Right?
like beginning to current. You know what I mean? Like they just it seems like they just always tear it up.
We were talking about like Motorhead bands doing Motorhead and stuff, right? Have you heard that White Spade record?
I have.
It's basically Midnight under a different name, doing like really, really like early Motorhead, like the On Parole kind of era Motorhead. It's pretty good. Like they know what they're doing. So
yeah, I've heard about it, but for whatever reason, I'm bad at
they
looking
didn't do
stuff
themselves. They didn't do themselves any favor with the name. I want to say it's like it kind of put me off. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
White.
yeah, I guess it does sound a little sketchy,
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Midnight Spills bonus pick. Ed, you got let's do it. Let's do it.
In
Let's do
the
it.
spirit of motor, all things motor, I have a record that comes out tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. It's on the internet, so anyone can listen to it. The new Mower record. It's really fucking good. And it is what I've been listening to because I'm putting it out. And it's basically I listened to it every other day for the last like 6 months. And it doesn't get old. It's pretty sick. It's really awesome.
Yeah,
like,
I can't wait.
They're like really, it's like it, it's all of their stuff is good. You know what I mean? Right. They're great live. But it's kind of like a band realized, you know what I mean? Like as the play together, you know what I mean? That's like they already click, but it's just like it's with this one, it's like it really hits it with like a lot of like mid-tempo like Motorhead type stuff, like from Bomber and shit like that.
I love the first album. I haven't heard the 7-inch, but I'm really. Is it on YouTube or Spotify? Can people listen to it?
The 7-inch is on YouTube, and actually the guys just put the new record up on Spotify.
Oh yeah.
Music. I guess it's on everything. I don't really know how that stuff works. I usually just leave that to bands. It's like, that's too much work. I don't want to write anybody checks or nothing like that.
But it's out tomorrow?
Yes. The record release show is at the world famous Rock Room, the last bar in America you can smoke in.
Right, everyone check out the new Moa record when it comes out. Available at your local record store.
Yeah, if you want, tell your record store to order it.
Or maybe you do mail order as well, Ed?
Yeah, you can get it from me too. but get your record store to buy it.
Yeah, go to your record store. Support
Go
your
to your record store and talk to your local record store guy. And tell him, what you want to hear and what you want. Because those are the guys that keep us going.
Exactly. Yeah, support your local record stores. Absolutely. You know what?
Save one for me, Ed. I'll be there February 17th.
February 17th. What's happening on February 17th?
Oh, I'll just be in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't hear the part where you said where you were going to be. That's awesome. February 17th. I should be around.
Cool.
Let's talk more. Because I was thinking about doing some stuff in February. Yeah, let's hang out too. Right, cool. Let's hit some record stores.
Yeah. Yep. That is my plan. Yeah.
I'm going to do a bonus as well. I feel left out if I don't.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
I knew that's where you were going.
Yes, because I want to do one as well. I was actually going to save this for next week, but doesn't matter.
Hey, we gotta make it.
This is very much Tony Pence territory. Like when he comes on, he'll have some like 90s like garage punk record that's like still in the $3 bins, that nobody cares about, but it's great. I think I might have like one of the best ones like from that genre, like cheap 90s garage punk that like nobody cares about now.
Like a secret heater.
This one, the Zodiac Killers.
Oh yeah, I love that record.
Yeah, right. The most thrilling experience. I guess it's all people from the rip-offs, some bands like that. It's on rip-off records. This was 400 yen.
Yeah,
it's stupid. Like if people want to like match quality of music with price, if that's a thing, this should be a lot more than 400 yen. It's just a great punk rock record that's probably been forgotten. I don't know.
I got it for I think $3.
Yeah, I bet if you go to your local record store to get the Moa record, you can pick up this with your change.
You'll probably find a dollar bin somewhere.
Yep.
It's funny because the second LP I got that too, and on the same day for like almost the same price. It's like, what's going on? People don't really care about like 90s garage punk at this point, but you know what? I think one day. Yeah. There's going to be some trend. I'm surprised it didn't happen when like bands like the Hives and the Libertines and all that kind of stuff got popular. I'm surprised people didn't start digging deep for like garage punk and stuff, but I don't know. There you go.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Zodiac Killers.
The Zodiac Killers. People call it garage punk. It's just a great punk rock record.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
snotty punk.
That's my first pick of next week. Gone.
Well, this is the 666 episode. We each got records.
Yeah, I was playing this last night. It's fun. I posted it on the Facebook page, and I was surprised. It was like RT was like, that's like literally my favorite punk record of all time. All this kind of stuff. I was kind of surprised. I didn't think people would be, praise it so highly, but it's good right though. Good record. All right, there we have it. Great episode. It's a shame Bill couldn't join us. Bill Haas.
Yeah.
Bill Haas.
He was with us. I'm sure
We're
he was
coming
watching.
for you.
We'll try to figure out like what his audio thing was. We'll try and figure it out. We'll get it. We'll get him on at some point.
Yeah.
Let me just announce next week's show. Next Friday, December 15th, Bobby from Final Conflict is coming on the show. Mike Thorne from Razor Blades and Aspirin is coming on the show. And Mikey Kent from Private Hell, second time on the show. It's going to be a great show. Next Friday, December 15th, 10 p.m. Check us out. It's going to be a good time. Thanks, Ed. Thanks, Bill. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll chat for a little bit. We'll chat for a little bit after I press stop and have a good time. All right. Until next time. Thanks for tuning in. stay healthy and stay clean.